In our lead story today, at least 12 people were killed and around 20 more injured when gunmen opened fire on people celebrating the Nativity of John the Baptist in Irapuato, Guanajuato. It was a horrific scene. Eyewitnesses reported that several individuals dressed in black and carrying firearms arrived at the festival. They began shooting indiscriminately into the crowd and even at the stalls and booths set up at the event. People desperately ran for cover as the gunmen walked through the plaza shooting them. Some victims were burned beyond recognition. Others had their heads smashed in with gunfire. A 7-year-old girl was among the dead. Mexican authorities believe the violence is tied to a turf war involving two major cartels operating in the region, the Jalisco Generation Cartel and the Santa Rosa de Lima Cartel. Guanajuato has been a hot spot for cartel violence in recent years, with both groups battling for control of the lucrative trafficking routes that pass through the state. The shooting is the latest in a series of deadly attacks that have occurred in Mexico as different factions of organized crime groups vie for power. In response to the shooting, the Mexican government has launched an investigation and deployed 700 members of the National Guard to the area to restore order. The motive behind the attack is still under investigation, but it is likely that the gunmen were targeting members of a rival cartel who were present at the festival. This is a common tactic used by organized crime groups to send a message to their rivals, and the level of violence is alarming. This surge in violent crime linked to organized groups has been a growing problem in Mexico. In recent years, the country has seen a proliferation of such groups which have engaged in a bloody battle for territory and resources. The situation has worsened in the northern border states where the cartels are based and where they have launched a full-scale war against each other. The violence has spilled over into neighboring U.S. states, with authorities in Texas and Arizona also reporting a surge in cartel-linked crime. The Mexican government has come under increasing pressure to crack down on the cartels and restore order. However, the groups are deeply entrenched and have shown a willingness to use extreme violence to protect their interests. The recent shooting in Irapuato is a tragic example of the toll that this violence is taking on ordinary Mexicans. The country is now one of the most dangerous in the world outside of a war zone, with more than 340,000 people murdered since 2006. As the battle for control of trafficking routes intensifies, it is likely that there will be more bloodshed. The Mexican government's ability to contain the violence and bring the perpetrators to justice will be a key challenge in the coming months. And it's a story we'll continue to follow closely.